for registering a trademark in a particular domain, there are different fields, like different classes. So one has to be operational in that class, or before being operational, one can, if one has finalized the name, one can register on all the classes or only in the field is operational.
See, there are two answers to this. You can register under in that particular class in which you would be doing your business, right? I mean, and they are goods and services. So you can't register under class 5, which is of pharma, if you are not manufacturing pharmaceuticals. You can take a name before starting your business, but you can't keep it dormant for 2 years, more than 2 years. Otherwise, you will have to surrender. Just like in case of company, if you take a name from ROC, and if you are not started your business, if you are a private limited company, you have to surrender.
Okay. Another one which you might be familiar with. See, a lot of us go to our lawyers or to our CAs and all. So now you see, say, Mehta and Associates or whatever. Now, that's a pretty standard name, and there will be 20 Mehtas in the same city.
Absolutely.
And there will be 20 CAs in the same city. Now, how do you do that? You can't have one guy, say, I'm Mehta and Associates, nobody else can be Mehta and Associates. Or a lawyer or a CA firm is known like that.
You see, we have a right over a surname. Nobody can take
that's
a surname.
precisely what I'm asking.
Nobody can take a surname away, and surnames cannot be trademarked.
Alright. So anybody can do that.
Unless you know you have built so much of a goodwill, the trademark office has to give you registration.
It's like it cannot be LK Advani Associates.
No, I think I can't take Arun Jaitley's name.
Bajaj has a trademark, so Bajaj.
See, this is what I'm saying. If you have a goodwill in the market, then trademark office will give you. But otherwise, no. If today I can't go and register Gulati and Associates, I can't.
Why not?
What is the goodwill of Gulati and Associates?
No, but the point is, I'm not saying
surnames cannot.
Same cost. Most of the
so then there can be 20 Gulati and Associates in the city.
There are.
This is precisely what I'm asking.
In fact, it has happened with me that many people have come back to me and told me, no, when I was Gulati and Associates, today I am not. They say, oh, there's another CA in Delhi whose name would reflect in Google search. They'll ask me, are you related to him? I said, no, I'm not, but he can have it. Gulati and Associates, and even I can have, because both of us have this.
So that's an IP thing. Firstly, it's a lot long.
So it comes like this: that 10 Gulati and Associates, one of them shines in 5 years. Trademark company considers him to issue him a trademark. Is that
Yes.
You know, we can have a trademark, but they still can't stop the other 5 from 5.
Okay, I'll give you another example. Now, there is Grewal Eye Clinic.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if he has built that goodwill, what is goodwill? That consumer know you.
Yeah.
So anybody in Chanderiya will say Grewal Eye, they can identify this brand.
Yeah,
so tomorrow, if he goes to register his trademark, he can get registration. But say there's another Dr. Grewal in somewhere in sector 16, he or she will not be able to, because they don't have that kind of goodwill.
Okay.
Goodwill means identified by consumers and you balance sheet.
What are the charges?
What do you do with this? Suppose this guy is already there. This guy is already there. He's been operating for say 10, 15 years. There's another guy who's been operating for 10 years. This guy's definitely got goodwill.
Yes.
That guy in a smaller place, he's known there, but he's not a big shot. This guy's a big shot. What do? You can't shut him down.
No, you can't. You cannot. There can be 10 Grewal Eye Clinics in Chanderiya.
Precisely.
But if Dr. Grewal has attained that goodwill, which others have not, then he can stop. And if he has taken the trademark.
So don't you think there is a lack of biasness like this?
There would be a bias.
Let me share one thing with you. How so progressive your law is. There's always going to be a gray area.
So that's why people change the spelling slightly?
Yes, sometimes they have to, because if they are unable to get their name, and then trademark registrar, he has this discretion to ask you to change it a bit so that he can allow you. And you know, somebody, and they can say, alright, now you can divide the territory.
I'll tell you something. This is a curious case. about 2 years back of a company known as Havells Electric. But there were two companies operating by the name of Havells. Only 2 years back, one of them was forced to change the name, so they changed to HPL. Maybe you could study that.
See, I have not studied this case, but I can tell you why they were stopped. Because Havells is a known brand. Everybody in India would recognize this brand and will have to see when they started their business, and second, when they filed the application for registration.
Okay, now
if they were the prior user, the other Havells has to stop.
As I said, corollary, in the same twist. The company which had changed its name from Havells to HPL was the older user of the brand name.
Okay. So why were they asked to?
I don't know. This is what I really don't know. I thought maybe you had studied it. We could discuss about it.
No, but there has to be a reason.
I wouldn't know.
Maybe either they were not using this name.
They were using it regularly.
No, then they could be.
Somebody had a strong muscle.
No. I tell you. The reason
Maybe the second guy got his name registered first.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
The first party did and the second party did. And if you have a registered trademark, the registrar can't ask you to just stop it. I'll share another interesting case with you. There's a company in Chandigarh. They registered a trademark and they are into pharma. There was a time when they could get 30% share of the market in South India. Now, the company which was hit by this was Pfizer. So what Pfizer did, Pfizer also had the same product with the same name, and they had also got it registered. They filed a case against them in Mumbai High Court, and they were claiming 50 crores damages. So this Chandigarh-based company, they said, now what can we do? So my first question was, have you registered your trademark? And they had a registered certificate from the trademark office, and Pfizer has also taken it. So I told them, I said, see, now both of you have, now no judge will ask you to stop using the name, because that's against natural justice. Both of you are owner, and by mistake trademark office has given it.
Yeah.
And this is what exactly happened in that case. The only thing the judge could do in such a matter is they will demarcate the territory. That this is your territory, right? Maybe north of India, and Pfizer can sell in the south of India.
And as you said, the time of use, the first person who used that name or something. So is booking a domain name, using it on Facebook, or because there is a record? So is that valid?
Absolutely
in
valid.
Today's date?
Absolutely valid.
And in the registering in the name, when we tried to find some names, those names were casts in some different parts of the world, some in Africa, some in America. So, but they were unique names and good names, and the castes were not that popular. Some were tribes, and those had Wikipedia articles, kind of that. So, can there be damages? Because the online businesses are mostly worldwide businesses, the traffic can be from any part. So, can there be some?
Trademark is territory, which means that if you are registered in India, you are protected only in India. Now, the trademarks that you are talking about, if they are, say, for example, registered in South Africa, they cannot be protected in India. So you can have the same name. Unless the name is such that consumer already identifies that mark in India. Take an example of Starbucks. If I ask a kid, 10-year-old kid, what is a Starbucks? Starbucks is not registered in India, but he or she will be able to identify that Starbucks is a coffee maker.
Coffee chain.
Right? So you can't open your business in India with the name of Starbucks. Even if Starbucks is not registered in India, trademark is territorial, still they can come to India and say, see, I have a goodwill, and if you open your business by this name, then you're passing off my goodwill. Passing off means is that I have a goodwill and it's being passed on to you, and you're gaining from my goodwill. So they can stop you. So that, now you said that those trademarks are not well known. So you can have it in India.
For startups, one is trademark, as the other thing, you said patents.
Patents is when you have created something which is novel, it was not in public domain, nobody knew about it, right? And it can be manufactured in factory.
Can it be system?
System as in?
Suppose like the Google has Google PageRank. So similar kind of.
No, but these are business patents. Business patents you can't take in India. You can take that in
They
US.
say that no, processes are patented, right?
Process is a process, and you can take patent for both process and patent. But business process you can't take in India.
For manufacturing or assembly process, there can be a patent.
You can, but you're talking about systems. You're talking about software.
So for
Okay, yes, sir.
for in Indian company, he can register in US patents office for
Yes.
that particular kind of
Absolutely,
thing.
absolutely.
Because if here a company, a startup is making something like that is unique, if found unique, so business patents are not valid here, so he can go.
Yeah, you can do that in US. But if you can exploit it commercially, otherwise, what is the point in taking a patent when you're not exploiting it commercially? So if you have developed something, but you don't have the resources to say build upon it, then you can license your patent. You can transfer the technology to say Google or Microsoft if they're ready to buy it from you, and you can earn from it.
Another question: are there most of the Indian firms? They are not educated or have enough knowledge. What I have experienced about the patents,
Absolutely,
including
very right.
including startups. So, and most of them may not have financial. I don't know how much. I have few figure that I know to range. So, is there a facility or service or companies who provide for equity the thing?
See, you'll have to find a patent attorney who can work for you. Because see, I'll tell you how we work. We have different fee structure for different clients. I can't have the same fee structure for a startup which I have for, say, a listed company, right? So if I quote the same price, you will not come to me, or you will, as you're saying, you don't file patents because you think it's expensive. So look for an attorney who can do it at a price in which you are comfortable. Because in this, you will have to have several meetings with the patent attorney. You will have to tell the patent attorney that this is what my product is. Remember, the person, lawyers only know law. They're not using law. It's a teamwork. It's a teamwork between a lawyer and a client. Client knows his or her business better than a lawyer. We just know what law is. We have never used law. You are using law.
Suppose a startup has come with a system or a prototype or developing its business kind of thing that's not patented here but in US. And the question is regarding that. They have very clearly written and everything that how this thing can be done but for this is the entrepreneurs or founders thing, that's what they can do. But now paying to the attorney, they require a certain fund. So is there some funds
you're asking me, is there any organization which will fund you to file patent?
File patent.
Well, there is. TIFAC is there in India. But the only disadvantage with TIFAC is you will not know who is funding your patent. It's a government body. They'll do it free of cost for you, but you will never interact with the patent attorney.
Pharma being a very active and a challenging field, do you think is one of the sectors where patenting issues are very high on rise? And litigations as well?
Litigation would happen. We are already seeing good litigation. It's in Delhi High Court. And strangely, in one of the case, the judge said he has asked another company to stop manufacturing the product. Why? Because the cost was high. And he said because it's against public policy, so you can't manufacture this medicine. Now this is a bad law. I would say this is a bad law. I'm not with this judgment. If Roche has invested a lot in R&D, you can't ask this company to stop making this product because it's against public policy. Because patent means you go that whether this is novel or not. Don't go into this factor.
So that would be a startup cost for you to go into these patents and trademarks and all as a part of your budget for startup. That would be inclusive of that. Okay, this we have to do.
See, sir, what happens is when you register your IP, automatically the valuation of your company goes high. Now, if you're a startup, there would be a point when you're looking for
Definitely,
private
that is
equity, or you're looking for venture capitalists. When they come to do due diligence, they will see how much IP you have, right?
Perfect.
So, if you've invested today, you're actually investing for tomorrow.
And then there's not much of a cost,
It's not
as
much
we just
of a cost.
discussed.
It's not much.
We have a gentleman, Ankit, he's a member, and he's aspiring into the field of renewable energy.
Renewable energy.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Can you throw some light on this issue and how should they patent and how should they move about it?
Daily, on 22nd there is one conference, Indo-Spanish conference.
Yes, yes.
It is on renewable energy.
You can exchange notes on that.
You can register yourself. But time is very limited. They can tie up with the Spanish company.
I think what you can do here is, if you have developed a technology, you should get it patented before you come out with it. See, for patents you have to remember one thing: the moment it is in public domain, you can't file patent.
What's public domain?
Public domain.
Once it comes into public.
If I say, suppose you are developing something and 4 of us come to know about it, this is not novelty. You have lost the novelty. So you should file patents when you actually you have just conceived the idea and you're building on it. The day it's ready, just file the application and patent office.
So if it is a joint venture, in such a case, if I'm not wrong, you are with the US company and you are promoting that company, right? So how about that? If they are already patented, then they can go about it.
If they've already patented it in US and there's a joint venture, they've allowed you to use the technology, then there would have been some license agreement.
Please come.
Or there's some assignment. Otherwise, you're violating their right.
We are joined by Dr.